Hello, everyone! It is I, the Angry Ragtimer, here. Welcome to yet some more fun in Railroader. I am here on my save as my character appears to be sinking into the ground in front of our lovely Western Maryland number 734. We are pretty much getting ready to take out the big train. On the line, we have 45 cars, 1,778 tons. And we're here with a couple of friends playing this game. Once again, we have Midland 1072 Productions and Darkstorm Omega with us. Say hello, people.
Hello, people.
Greetings, everybody.
Alrighty, so we are live. I am going to be hopping into number 734 here. So let's go ahead and do that. Midland is in Strasburg 90, pulling another freight train. And Storm, what are you in, out of curiosity?
I have taken over number 2.
Excellent. And number 2 is a
In
passenger train. That is over in Ella. So we have an AI train. We got a couple of AI trains going on right now. Because, money and all that fun stuff. So we'll see what happens when we have multiple big trains and multiple fun things going. So with that said, I have to meet probably Midland somewhere. So I will meet Midland at Cowie.
Yeah, you should meet me there.
Yes.
Because there's really no other place to meet me.
Actually, am I even going to fit in Cowie? That's a damn good question. Well, we're going to find out.
We're gonna find out. Also, yeah, this game really needs to fix its water consumption. I'm already below 2,000 gallons.
Well, it's a good thing there's another station coming up.
Yeah. Good thing I have 2 miles.
Yep. Midland, I'm going to direct you to the passing siding, and I'm going to be on the main
Okay.
at Cowie. Meanwhile, we're also going to throw the passenger train into the siding at Barker's. Because why not? Freights are important when you have the big train. And thank God we have signals down to this portion of the line.
Yes.
right.
So,
The signals are saving our butts.
yes. Alrighty. Cool. Alright, yeah, we have 45 cars on my train, by the way.
I have 28 cars.
Excellent. And I believe my switches are thrown on this side, so we're good.
I have 28 cars, and I'm slowing down.
Excellent! I see zero problem with what's going on here.
Yeah, the grade into the tunnel is being fun, and also your train is rendering in for me, so this is gonna get real fun.
Oh, yes, it is. So we'll see what happens here. And hello to the couple of people who have joined us, Tim3883 and Kidiara. Good to have you with us. We'll see who else hops in as we continue on our magical fun fest known as Railroader here. I also have a couple of videos that have gone up. There's a short kind of announcing the stream that just went up. And we'll have another YouTube video probably going live on the channel either later today or tomorrow. I have yet to decide. But I have a red signal in front of me, which means that I probably should stop my train.
I would recommend it.
Yeah, probably a good thing. But it's going to be fun. We have multiple trains heading the same way. Hello, Nasu. Happy to have you here with us. Let's see what happens here. Oh, I'm pulling through that brake release. Oh, geez. Spacing out with Ginger. Hey, welcome to the stream. Happy to have you here. So let's see what's going on. Midland is going through the Cowie Tunnel. I guess I should stop. Oh, I can hear him. Where's my rear of my train? By the way, Midland, you're going to need to stop at the end of the passing siding. So, I guess read your signals?
Yeah.
So, we'll see what happens here.
Oh my god, just the fact that these 2 long trains are causing this much lag.
Yes, as all trains do. Trains do nothing but lag. But, yeah. And what whistle you got on there, Midland?
Well, it is Strasbourg 90, so I felt it fitting to have Strasbourg 90's whistle.
Nice.
That is very fitting.
Well, hopefully you'll fit on that siding, otherwise we're going to have a comical little saw-by happening here.
Fingers crossed?
Yeah, fingers crossed.
How long is this siding? Okay, there's the end. I should fit.
Okay. Yeah, I see the end of your train. We should be fine.
It's just a matter if I can stop or not.
Hopefully that signal turns green for me momentarily. Oh, I might need to go 100% on this to get moving. All right, Midley, come on. Get your ass over that switch. Get your ass over that switch. Get your ass over that switch.
You keep forgetting. I have to stop at the end of this.
Yeah. All right. Well, you're almost clear, and I don't care. I've just ignored a red signal. This is my railroad. I can do what I want. But off we go.
Into the wild blue yonder.
Yes. Alrighty, here we go. Sounds like this engine's almost out of square because of the lag going on right now.
Yeah.
Alrighty, and I've got a passenger train that I'm going to run into at Barker's. Perfect. And meanwhile,
Hopefully you
Storm's
don't
just at
actually
the
run
other
into
end of the
it.
railroad, just kind of enjoying his life.
It's very not laggy over here.
Exactly, because it's not like 3 trains all the same place.
Oh, mother... I had to say it.
And now it lags.
Look what you did, Midland.
What did I do?
That's what you should know. Because I'm definitely not trying to spin a story out of my ass right now and just blame you for something that is extremely inconsequential.
Yes. Everything is inconsequential on the Suffer and Southern. Don't you know that?
We're all suffering and the money doesn't matter.
Yes! Well, actually, the money does matter. Speaking of, for those who are keeping track at home, we are going to officially pay down the debt to $39,000.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
It's the same level as me.
Yes, so for those keeping
The
track
dog
at home,
level.
not only are we playing train games, we're currently in the middle of a competition. So Midland, it has the Q&S, aka the Quakertown and Southern. I have the Suffer and Southern, and you know, we may or may not be in a race to pay off our debts. See who happens to get there first. Midland has the benefit of having a shorter railroad, and it does run from East Whittier to the Robinson Coal Mine in Alarka Junction.
Yes.
So you've got less track to worry about, but you don't have as many cars as we do. We have a longer railroad, but we have a bit more of a build-up to get there. So it's a interesting challenge that we're going to see how well this all kind of goes. Meanwhile, I'm just hauling ass down the other side of this tunnel. So we'll see what happens here. And where do I have to stop next? That's a damn good question. So I've got a lot of cars that need to go up the hill for pulpwood. So I've got a decent amount of that. Got some cars for the Bryson Bridge set. That's what I'm checking. I've got the Whittier Sawmill, tons of stuff for Whittier. And I've got 1 car at Ella. So I do not have anything for Wilmot, which is convenient because that's an awkward station to switch into. And I have a green. Fantastic. So we'll keep on rolling here. Hope everyone's weekend is doing well. I had a fun thing with a buddy yesterday. He we ended up going skiing, and he did not ski for very long because he ended up breaking his wrist.
Ouch.
So, you know, thankfully he's in good spirits and doing okay. He's getting checked out, but definitely not the way that we had anticipated our weekend going. But you know, sometimes when you go skiing or snowboarding, that happens. And he was joking with me earlier. He's like, "Yeah, finally, it'll give me a chance to check out that Railroader game because I can't play other games, so I can just do the click and stuff." I'm like, "Yes, another victim for the suffering Southern."
Oh God.
So he may be hopping on to join us here. For those who might know him on the Lethal Company videos, we're talking about Lord Fuzzy. So.
Oh. Wait, does that mean he can't play Lethal Company anymore?
No, he'll be able to. He could be the guy at the controls. So Midland, you can venture out into the wilderness with us.
Oh God.
Yes, just what you've wanted. And it's also gotten very cold where we are, and there's a lot of breezing going on. So we've had a lot of high wind gusts. Nasu's saying they've had to call off the last few days because of snow, cold, and road, which may or may not have a big layer of ice. Yikes, that is not fun. I'm assuming that's the Midwest. We have some mutual friends down over there that are dealing with the same sort of thing.
Yeah. Stay safe. Stay inside. Stay warm.
Yep.
Excellent. Number 4 is at Barker's waiting for me, which is a damn good thing because I am also at Barker's.
So be aware, Strasburg 90 is currently below 1,000 gallons of water and is crawling into Dillsboro to refill. It went through pretty much 6,000 gallons of water coming from Bryson.
Yeah, that happens. And here's our passenger train. This is the green train, and the green train is almost completely full. Has a little bit of room, but we probably do need to get another passenger car for it. And it is handled by our lovely, lovely Atlantic. Hi, Atlantic, bye, Atlantic. All right. Run forward, make sure that we have the green here, because we are in the clear. And survey says we do. Fantastic. Let's go to the ass end of our train and make sure that the passenger train can also do what it needs to do. Because, again, I've got to beat Midland. I need to keep all the trains rolling as fast as we can. And with that, they also have a green. Perfect. All right, go, passenger train, go. Let's get back to our freight, though. We don't care about passenger trains.
Aware, depending on how long this takes, it might have a red soon.
Well, that's for it to deal with. But yeah. Lots of fun stuff going on right now. I will also mention I have had an interesting weekend. Other than the fact that my buddy broke his wrist, I've also watched all 4 John Wick movies in a day.
Oh God. What did you think of them?
They were very violent, but I do appreciate their nods to silent comedy. They were a trip, that's what I will say. Keanu Reeves is awesome. And, when Lawrence Fishburne showed up, and I was like, oh my God, it's the Matrix all over again. Morpheus. But,
Morpheus.
It's a shame no one took a red pill or a blue pill. It was just very, very violent. But it was fun. Glad I saw it. What have you guys been up to this weekend?
Trains.
Trades!
Trains.
What about you there, Storm? What have you been up to this weekend?
Well, it was legal.
Fantastic!
Fantastic.
I will not elaborate any further as to, reveal any individuals that may or may not have any affiliations with me. Not like it'll matter, because I don't expect anyone here to know them. But
You say that.
just to keep it simple, it has nothing to do with anyone in this community, and it was 100% legal. And I didn't kill anybody.
That we know of.
Yes.
Excellent. Excellent. Let's keep rolling here.
Yeah, I've been up to I streamed a little bit yesterday for about 2.5 hours. Then last night filled out paperwork to hopefully get super chats and memberships going.
Yay! Midland did a thing. That makes it sound like I'm belittling it. I promise I'm not. I'm like actually really happy for you. It just happens that I'm an asshole.
You're fine. But no, it's nice. I'm currently step 3 of the process, which is get reviewed. So they're reviewing to make sure the channel complies with all monetization policies, which I don't see why it wouldn't. But you know, it is Google, it is YouTube, you know. But yeah, that paperwork got filled out. So hopefully here soon there will be memberships going and super chats. And if people wish to like support the channel, you know, it'd be appreciated. Greatly appreciated.
Yes, please support Midland. Because if you support Midland, then you're also supporting me because he is nice to me. Yes. So do it. Do it right now. But no, you're here. You're here watching our stupidity. So please continue to watch my stupidity. I need all the help I can get.
They can't super chat just yet because they still need to be reviewed.
All right, we'll keep on rolling though down here. Okay. So that's doing its thing. Let's go ahead and close that out.
Strasbourg 90 has finished loading with water. Strasbourg 90 is proceeding to silver paperboard to drop a bunch of pulpwood.
All right, and I definitely didn't just almost forget to blow for a crossing at Wilmot, so that's where I am. You know, as one does. And number 4 looks like it's stopped at Cowie, waiting for you to clear.
I'll be out 4th way here in a second.
Yes.
It might be a long second because of how heavy this train is, but
well, that's for you to figure out. But I believe you have some free tracks down at the interchange to drop off your stuff. If not, you'll find out. But
yeah, we'll figure it out.
Thankfully, I think that your train can also fit at the passing siding at East Silva to run around if you need to just shove stuff in.
Yeah. Well, the issue is I have all the stuff for the tannery, so I might need to drop those at that passing siding.
That is true. All right, I'm at Thomas Valley, doing my thing here. So I have a question for the chat, and feel free to comment down below. What is your favorite tourist railroad and why? I'm just very curious to kind of know either if people have a favorite locomotive or a favorite kind of memory from a place, because I know at least for me, and I know for Midland, we've had the opportunity to go to a number of tourist operations and kind of see how they work and what they're up to and all that. But I'm curious to know what you guys think. So, you know, let us know in the comments if there's some fun stuff, and maybe we'll even talk with you a little bit in there about that. For those who know me, I am a big fan of the Colorado narrow gauges. I am very biased about the East Broad Top, but there I have my reasons for doing that. But I love going to the Durango and Silverton, Cumbres and Toltec, and, you know, sort of the narrow gauge circle things. I've had a lot of fun memories on those trips. Including, I've never told the story. Let me tell a story about how I think I got haunted at the Grand Imperial Hotel in Silverton, Colorado.
Oh, God.
Okay.
So, yes, it's now story time with Angry, so please, you know, please continue.
Your buckles, children.
Yeah, buckle your seatbelts. We're about to talk about stuff so supernatural. Back a number of years ago, Angry Ragtimer here, was riding the Durango in Silverton for the first time, and we were doing it on this tour. It was Ride the Seven Rails of Colorado, and we basically started and ended in Denver. Did the Amtrak through Moffett Tunnel from Glenwood Springs East, Coomerson Toltec, Durango and Silverton, Georgetown Loop, Colorado Railroad Museum, the Rural Retreat, etc. And meanwhile, while we did the train from Durango to Silverton, we ran in coach. I ended up sneaking out to one of the open cars for a lot of the trip, but that was a lot of fun. And when we got to Silverton, the original plan was to go to Ouray and spend the night there, but I didn't. For whatever reason, we had to change hotels, so we ended up staying at the Grand Imperial. And if you've been to Silverton, the Grand Imperial is the really nice hotel on Green Street, which is the only main drag in town that is paved. And it's been there since the Gold Rush days, or the Silver Rush, I should say, like 1881, 82. And my grandfather and I got a hotel room, and we were there overnight. And I kind of had my own room off to the side. And, when you go to these old hotels, they often joke about, these hotels, they might be haunted. And they kind of play it up because they want a story to go with it. But that night, I was falling asleep maybe about 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, and suddenly I wake up, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And half of my face, almost draw a line down the center of my face, the left side was really warm, and it felt like there was a breathing on it, and the other side was stone cold, like the room had just lost all of its heat. And I looked up, and I couldn't see anything, but I felt like there was a presence in the room with me, just breathing, literally breathing down my neck, seeing what was going on, and it spooked the ever-living shit out of me. So apparently on that same floor, across the hall, was a room where either a doctor died or one of his patients died. So I don't know what I heard or saw, but
it was something.
It was something. Also, I'm passing a red signal at Whittier because I'm heading into the passing sidings there to do some switching. Or East Whittier, I should say. So, yeah, that's my, I think the Grand Imperial Hotel in Silverton is haunted.
That sounds like the Grand Imperial.
Yep.
I know, I don't mean to cut you off, but I do know some stories of that hotel, and I believe you are correct that there is a story of a supernatural entity that is there. I, for the life of me, can't remember exactly what or who. But
I mean, when you have a building that old, there's got to be, some stuff that's either happened or people remember. So, it's one of those things.
I think you were right. It is a doctor that died there. I'm going to have to fact check that.
Yeah, I don't remember the room number. I don't remember a lot of that stuff, but I do know someone had died across the hall from where the room was. Meanwhile, over in chat, a couple of people, Mount Rainier Scenic being their favorite. I have yet to ride the Mount Rainier Scenic. I went out to the Pacific Northwest last year, and that was before they announced they were coming back, so I missed the opportunity. Anthony Cook, Cass, because my grandparents introduced me to steam engines because of there. Cass is one of my favorites. I've been there 3 or 4 times, and I just love their operation. Their line that they have going up to frickin' Bald Knob is fantastic. I've also ridden the Spruce a number of times, and of course Whitaker. Here's another story from Ragtimer. I have ridden Western Maryland 6, Big 6, all the way from Cass to Elkins on the 1 or 2 trips that they did on that back in 2006. And Midland, this goes back to our Shea conversation from earlier. Are Shays fast or are they slow?
They're slow.
Oh, yes. Because it's a freaking logging locomotive. And logging locomotives have a habit of being slow. So, here's where the fun thing happens. So, because Big 6 is such a slow engine, they had her push up the usual cast consist all the way to Spruce. And at Spruce, then they ended up stopping, and they picked up some cars from what is it?
The Durban Greenbrier.
Durban and Greenbrier, yeah. And then, you know, because you're at Spruce, you have to do the run by at the big cut and the horseshoe curve up there, and that was fun. And then they got essentially a big train put together with Big Six, and I think they did cut in a diesel helper just to help in case there was any water problems.
Yeah.
But that was one hell of a trip, but it took 14 hours.
Yeah.
14 hours on a Shay is a long time to be on a Shay. It was a beautiful trip, but I had also done the Durban and Greenbrier from, you know, Spruce down to Elkins and Cheat Falls previously. So for me, it wasn't necessarily like, oh, look, it's a new road. It's like, look, we're doing this behind a freaking Shay. And
we're doing this behind a thing that should objectively probably not be doing this.
Yes.
But it's a brick shit house of a Shay, though.
Yes. But I will also mention to you, lovely people in chat, there is a video of this. Did you know that Angry had a second channel a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away?
Gasp.
So,
Heathen.
yes. So if any of you people look up the channel RG481, don't go looking for it now. You could do so after the stream. But I'm going to pop it into chat here in case people want to check it out later. I took video of that trip. So RG481, which is a now pretty much defunct channel, because I lost the password for it years ago. I don't even think I have the email for it. Was my YouTube channel back in the day, and I had my rail fanning videos on it from when my grandfather and I would do trips. And the video of Big Six with all the run-bys and stuff is on there. So I'm going to pop that in the chat here for those of you who'd like to check it out at your leisure. After the stream, yes.
Open it in a new tab. If you're on PC.
Watch it simultaneously if you're so inclined. I don't know. Yeah. So that was also one of those fun trips that I was able to do. Another one is, and we'll get back to the chat here momentarily because I know they've got some fun comments about other tourist railroads that they've been on. Was the New Hope and Ivy Land. I guess they call themselves the New Hope Railroad now.
They took the end Ivy Land out.
Which they shouldn't have done because that was fun to give it a place. Also, just be advised, I'm currently up at East Whittier. I'm currently fouling the main.
Okay, have fun.
That explains why I have a red.
Yeah, you're gonna need to be there for give me like 5 minutes.
Well, good, because I need to water number 2 anyway. She's running low.
Okay. And meanwhile, I guess I should be babysitting the other passenger train. Oh, it still hasn't moved from Cowie.
Wait,
because there's a switch against it.
That would explain it.
Well, now it is going to be moving. But anyway, so the New Hope and Ivy Land. I went there. There's a video from that exact same trip, so you will understand what I'm talking about here. But on the New Hope and Ivy Land, as you leave from New Hope, the track parallels the road for a decent distance out until it gets to Lahaska and then kind of goes away. So my grandfather and I, he was an incredible person. I miss him every day. I think about him a lot. But he loved to kind of feed into our mutual love of trains. He's the one who got me into it. And when we were there, we decided we would go chase New Hope and Ivy Land number 40. And so we did. And there's a stretch just outside of New Hope. Like basically you go out of the station, you kind of curve off to the right. There's a bridge, and then there's a little road that kind of follows the tracks for a bit. And it's a 25-mile-an-hour road. And so we were going about 50 miles an hour with our seatbelts off because we were trying to pace the train and catch up to it.
Trades.
And the statute of limitations have passed, so I don't think I'll get in trouble by telling the story. But basically, he and I just kind of cruised down the road at a high rate of speed, getting getting shots of this train. And finally, the train passed us, and we had to like stop at a crossing or something. And I will always remember what my grandfather said. He said, Angry, never do what we just did. It was very unsafe. Never tell grandma.
Never tell grandma.
And then he had that look in his eyes of like, let's keep going. And we just kept shooting off into to the next place to do that. He was a very mischievous person. He loved to, do fun stuff like that. But he always had that love of fun, so I miss him every day. But that was one of my fun things from train chasing and doing all that stuff. Meanwhile, let's go back in the chat. Bandon, hey Bandon. Favorite is Sumter Valley in Oregon because he volunteers there, of course. I'm assuming he. Please, I don't like to assume, but I'm going to just say that. But yeah, I've never ridden Sumter Valley. It's on the list. It's one of those things that I've been in Eastern Oregon, but again, I've either been there at the wrong time of the year, so I've always missed it. But I definitely want to go check it out and ride them at some point. So maybe we'll have to connect if I'm ever out in the area. I might be going to the West Coast later this year, but that is still TBD.
So Angry, I'm going to have to explain the context, but you've actually, like, off stream I'll explain the context, but you've met Bandit before.
Oh?
Yeah.
Was he there for the Palooza back at Winter Spectacular?
He was not. There was a different day he was there.
Oh. Interesting. The plotting continues. Dut, dut, duh.
The plot thickens.
Yes. So, Bandon, if we met in real life, hello. It's nice to meet you in our fake lives. But, here we are. So, cool. Talia plays the X-Files theme. Yes, that would be appropriate for any ghost stories or fun stuff from that. Yeah, the river with the flat ground, Anthony Cook took like 6 hours. It was one hell of a trip. But yeah.
Also, Angry, you have officially passed me. You have officially passed me in debt level.
Ha ha! Yes, so for those who may be tuning in for the first time, because we have 21 people in here, hello! It's a pleasure to have you here. I am currently in a race with Midland 1072 Productions here to pay off my debt the fastest. The thing is, he has the Quakertown at Southern, I've got the Sufford Southern. We got to pay down our debt, so we are a railroad out of debt. And he has been doing a great job. He actually had a great stream yesterday with Heis and Auntie and Storm. You were on there too, I believe.
Yeah.
Yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I was not on that. I was out taking care of my buddy who broke his wrist while we were skiing. But so Chaos Happy should definitely go watch that. But he's been paying down the debt, increasing his railroad, and all sorts of good stuff. But we're now at roughly the same amount of debt. Now, keep in mind, people, he started with like, what, 30,000 of debt or 35, something like that.
So I started with 45,000 in debt, got it down to 28,000, and then increased the debt to 39,000.
I started at 130 or so, 130,000 in debt. So I've had, granted, our railroads are not the same. I have a lot more locomotives. I have a lot more cars. The reason we went into debt that high was because we had like 8 or 10 people playing on this railroad at once, and we had nothing to work with.
Yeah, we had far too many people and far too little motive power and or things to do.
So we had to expand quickly is basically what happened.
Yeah.
But as a result...
Which is why the railroad immediately went like $125,000 in debt.
Yes. So,
but I also like how we kind of played two different ways. You did the aggressive expansion, and I did the slow, not necessarily more natural expansion, but just slower, more seemingly manageable expansion.
Yeah.
And we're still at roughly the same debt level.
Yeah. So it's definitely getting closer down to the wire. because now Midland is at 39.
9.
I'm at 37. Stuff's gonna happen here. Like, by the way, Storm, you're clear to head out now. Your switches, your signal should just go turn green.
Yes, it did.
Also, Angry, if you want a preview of the context involving Bandan, you should look in your DMs.
All right, let me check it out real quick.
And actually, while you
Oh! Okay.
I do have context on your ghost story from the Grand Imperial.
Okay.
So, as it turns out, hold on, let me go to the right tab because I just Googled it in the Steam overlay because I'm lazy.
Wow.
Apparently, the spirit that resides there is known as Dr. Luigi. He's known to make noise on the 2nd floor.
That's where we were. We were on the 2nd floor.
I do have another tab open that has more details. Give me one moment. Apparently, reports apparent paranormal activity, who unalived himself in the 3rd floor room. Wait a minute.
Is this where we discovered the whole building's just haunted?
I mean, the whole building is haunted there, but that's not the point.
Oh, let's see. Hotel staff members are convinced that paranormal activities are coming from room 314. That's the one that's mentioned here. I'm assuming that's the one that was across from you, Angry.
Yeah, It's been a while since I've been in the Grand Imperial. I've been in the Grand Imperial for other reasons, but not for ghost stuff.
Apparently, since renumbered what is now room 314, November 1st, 1890, 42-year-old Luigi Regalia shot himself at about 10:30 p.m. Died early the next morning.
That's sad.
So, yeah. That's fun. No, it isn't. That is a joke before any of you start yelling at me.
That's sad.
Yeah.
That's not good.
It is, in fact, very tragic. But there is some truth to the events that have happened. I don't know. I always find it fun finding stories like that.
Ghost stories are definitely interesting, because whether or not you
Yeah.
believe in the paranormal, there's just some strange things that you can't really explain.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Like, I have one that my mother always told me. When she was, I think, early teens, significantly younger. This was in, like, 1980s. There was a tall man, and this is a ghost. I want to make that clear now. There was a tall man in a red flannel shirt that would stand at the end of the hallway where her room was.
mm-hmm.
I'm probably getting a lot of this wrong, but he would just stand there. Never did anything. He was just there. And he was playfully nicknamed the Lumberjack because of, his red flannel shirt.
Okay.
Typically, like what a lumberjack would wear. And that's really about it. It's not that long of a story, it's not that interesting, but it's one that I've known about, and I always like telling people.
Interesting.
Sometimes they're just there. They don't mean to cause any harm.
They're just there. They're there to say hi.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the story.
I have had other ghost events happen. Trying to remember when. Well, I have had things happen where, at my current place of business, I've had people walk in and they've seen a person in a black suit looking over my shoulder. And then they walk in and that person is not there anymore. So, again, whether you believe in that stuff or not, definitely odd,
Yep.
Very.
Yeah.
Definitely odd.
Odd but fascinating.
Just like me. Odd but fascinating. All right. We're going to quickly switch over to number 7 here. We're going to get that switched out for it. So that way it can continue up on its merry adventure here.
Also, be aware, the passenger train's on its way to Silva.
Oh, did you? Oh, yeah, I forgot. We've had that going. Thank you, Midland, for babysitting that train.
Okay. All
'Cause I-
good. Have fun.
And there is, in fact, another train headed towards Silva, but it's between Whittier and Thomas Valley, so...
I was about to say, there's
it's
currently
gonna be a while
90
before the
heading to
second train
the
gets
engine
there.
servicing facility
Yes.
after dropping a bunch of cars.
So here's another question for the chat here. So we've talked about some of your favorite tourist railroads. What is your favorite steam engine? You know, again, maybe one that you rode behind at a tourist railroad, your favorite tourist railroad or not. I'm just genuinely curious. Because there's a lot of steam locomotives out there. And I know that people get very opinionated about whistles and other things. But, you know, it's just always an interesting sort of thing.
Yeah.
Jesus, these cars we dropped off just before stream are already full. What the hell?
The log cars?
Yeah, the log cars.
Yeah, they load... I know they didn't adjust the loading, but I know it takes like an hour. But the unloading is also really quick, so...
Jesus.
One of those things.
Okay.
All right,
We're going to get
you
these
are
logs
90.
off onto their way. And we're going to go ahead and reset them so that these are at the right place. So let's just follow along at the front end of here.
So going off of the question you asked Chad, Angry, just to kind of lead into that discussion, what's your favorite steam engine?
Geez. Well, it's kind of answered by my other channel. I've always had... Okay, you're about to get a very opinionated Angry.
It's all good.
Alright.
It's all
But,
good.
as I said, I really like the Rio Grande narrow gauge. And my first trip to the Durango and Silverton, I rode behind 481, which, for those of you keeping track at home, is currently the only steamer at the DNS that is operable that is still coal-powered.
Yeah.
Well, coal-fired.
It's handling the current Cascade trains, I think.
Yes. So that's the first one I rode at the DNS, so I have fond memories of that. That said, every goddamn time, and I mean every goddamn time, that I've been to the Cumbres and Toltec, I always end up behind 487. Without fail. It just happens that way.
You're destined to ride behind 487.
Yeah. Well, the first time I rode that train was, again, that same tour that I got the haunting at frickin' the Grand Imperial. Yeah. But we're just going to stick with this train since it's almost there, and then we'll go back to 7034. But Nasty, it's fine if you have two. But like every goddamn time, I always ride behind 487. So the first time I rode it was in 2002, and that was when the fire danger had just sparked up. It was around the same time that I believe Durango had the what is it? The not the most recent fire, but like back in 2002 was one of the fires.
Yeah.
But anyways, at that time, they had just closed the railroad down and reopened it, so they were only running from Chama to Osier. So that meant that everyone who had booked on the Antonito end had been rebooked to leave from Chama, which then meant that we got a double header up Cumbres Pass with 497 the last year that it ran before going out of time for its boiler ticket, and 487. So we rode, all the way from there, which was one hell of a trip. I'll tell you that much. because having narrow gauge double-headed steam going up Cumbres Pass, if you've never seen a video of it or ridden behind it, oh boy, it is a trip. And I think it's everything that should be on a rail fan's bucket list, whether you're a narrow gauge fan, a standard gauge fan, whatever. Having double-headed steam up a 4% grade with a 12-car train behind you and a water car at the front spraying down to prevent fires was one hell of a trip. So
sounds like it.
It was. But yeah, that was like 487, and then the year after we came back, and it was like the year that 487 was like the only one running the railroad because of all the Form 4s that were going on. So we rode it again. 2006. What's pulling our train from Chama to Antonito? Goddamn 487. And then went back in, I think, 2017 and 2019. And every goddamn time I've ridden that stinking railroad, it's been 487. Although I did get in the cab of 463 when the trains met at Auger. So that was fun. That was my one experience with the K27 because I've not been to the Huckleberry yet. But yeah, that just seems to be the thing. So let's see. Spacing out with Ginger at 44.49, but haven't had the chance to ride behind. That is one sweet locomotive. I love it in the daylight scheme. I like the American Freedom Train scheme, but that starts to get into Ross Rowland territory, and he's someone I've also met who's an interesting character. That's all I will say. Ross Rowland is interesting. Given your own opinions, I'll let you deal with that. Anthony Cook, Shea 5, but my favorite rod engine is 734. Shea 5 is a sweet little Shea. I rode behind that at Cass, I think my first trip. And then I went back for a couple of the Cass Railfan weekends when Mountain State was still doing those. And then 734, I might have told the story before, but in case I haven't. So back in 2010, my grandfather and I did a trip where we did Western Maryland and East Broad Top in the same weekend. And that was when they were offering cab rides in 734. And so they had two spots. We went ahead and, paid for it. It wasn't too expensive, like $200 a person. It was well worth the money. And we ride up to Frostburg. They turn us around on the turntable. And, we're just in railfan heaven. Like, this is so cool. And at the end of the trip, or at least at the end of the Frostburg section, they said, okay, well, the thing is, we have a really long train today. We've got a diesel at the other end. We literally cannot run around the train because it's fouling the switch at the other side. So we're just going to have 734 kind of drug back to Cumberland. We've got space for one in the diesel if you want to ride back on the diesel end. You can ride in coach. We've got plenty of seats to put you back in coach. Or you paid for the cab ride of the steam engine. We could just leave you in the steam engine. So guess what we chose?
Left him in the steam engine?
Yeah, dang on right. We paid for a steam engine.
Nice.
We're going to ride the damn steam engine. So the fireman stayed with us because he had the 10 to everything. But, that was then a lot more relaxed because he's not worried about keeping the steam up. It's just more like have to make sure that the engine doesn't explode, essentially.
Yeah, make sure
everything's happy. Yeah. So, he spent a lot of time then with us. I forget his name. But whoever you were, thank you. Because it was also a day that the stoker on 734 had failed, so they were hand shoveling everything. But, they're explaining everything. They let us throw a couple of scoops of coal in, and they kind of showed us how to do it. But then as we got to Brush Tunnel, it's like, okay, what my favorite thing to do here at this railroad is? I'm like, what? It's like, well, if you're going through Brush Tunnel, you got to blow the whistle in the middle of the tunnel as you come out. Because it's just a really cool sound and it echoes and reverberates. It's so much fun. And so he basically gets me in the engineer's seat, and I'm like maybe like 19 years old. He's like, okay, we're going to do this. So, or gets me set up, and we're rolling through Brush Tunnel, and at the center, if he's like, now, and, wail on the whistle, and, come blowing out of 734, like, in the tunnel at like 20 or 25 miles an hour. And it was just such a cool experience that has always stuck with me. Meanwhile, the next day at the East Broad Top, that was also the one year that they offered the Engineer for an Hour program, where whether you like it or not, they had their entire regular train behind the thing, and basically you rode with the firemen on the way down the hill, or way down to Colgate Grove, and then once you got to Colgate Grove, they put you in the frickin' engineer seat and said, all right, you got a train. Have fun running the train. So I got to drive East Broad Top 15 with a 6-car passenger train. Not fully loaded, but loaded with paying customers. This was a tradition. And my grandfather was in the Orbizonia parlor car at the very end with the conductor and brakeman. And I will say, it was one hell of a trip. I only put the train into emergency once? Maybe twice. But,
maybe twice.
Maybe twice. But basically, you know, when you're coming over the hill, like, you're actually working to go up. And then from there, basically you are just rolling downhill and you're just setting the brakes. And they asked me to put a 5-pound set, and I think I put 35 pounds, and they was about to drop the train into emergency. They're like, nope! And kind of like slam the brakes off, you know.
Yeah.
So I came very close to dumping the train.
Oops.
Yeah, fun times. But, yeah. That is another one of those core railfan memories that'll just always stay with me. So, yeah. A lot of fun memories with 734 and some of the others. Kitiara likes the little amusement park scale live steamer that runs Old Smoky at Knoebels. Knoebels is another place that I still have yet to go to. And I've heard about Old Smoky, and I definitely want to get out there at some point. Maybe this year. We'll see what happens. Key Visual, I think first time seeing you in the chat. Hello. Steam train that used to run near me is now at the Age of Steam Roundhouse. Always wanted to try to get in the cab, but he sold the line and made the Roundhouse. Oh, so wonder what locomotive that was. Was that 6325?
It probably would be 1293 or 6325, one of the two.
Ah, yes, Return to Steam.
Unless it was BC&G, unless it was Ellis. No, it was, or the 33. It could have been the 33. LS&I 33.
Ah. Yeah, I've always been fascinated with how they made the Ohio Steam program work. But, you know, hey, if they've got the money to make it happen, cool.
Yeah.
You know. But Age of Steam is an interesting operation. Let's just put it like that. I've heard some interesting things about them. Haven't been out there yet. It's, again, on the list of would be nice to get to.
Stuff to do.
But just haven't been there yet. So.
Yeah.
So, if I may be allowed,
Okay.
would y'all mind if I gave my own answer for personal favorite?
Sure.
Cool, because I figure, why not? Y'all are sharing yours. I've got a couple. Specifically, well, 3, because it's really hard to choose between all of them, but 2 of them are for similar reasons. The first one is N&W 1218.
Nice.
I am a sucker for the Y class. Big, chunky articulated, love them. Kind of in the same vein, but slightly different, is, oh god, what was it? 4294, the cab forwards that's preserved at the California State Railroad Museum from Southern Pacific. I think that's it. Is it 4294?
I have a photo of it somewhere. I've seen it.
The
I've
cab
seen
forward. The cab
I've
forward.
seen it
Yeah,
in person, but that was like
4294.
18 years ago. Someone double check that. I swear it's 4294.
Is number 2 taking the siding at Cowie? Sorry to interrupt.
It should. Number 2 should be.
Okay. I just want to
Yeah,
make sure, because I
number two-
realized
no,
I've
Dave
been doing a
is
piss poor
definitely
job of
showing red.
babysitting the AI trains.
Yes, I'm on the siding.
Thank you.
Yes, you should definitely obey that red signal, please.
I'm doing that. I see it.
Because 4's on its way.
Yep. Okay. So getting on to the third one. It's Dixiana from Roaring Camp. They're number 1, I think.
Oh, the little porter thing?
No, not the porter. That's their Shay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dixiana's the Shay. And
Gotcha.
the reason why it's her specifically, she's the first engine I ever rode behind.
Well, there you go.
And that was back when I was like early to mid single digit ages, like maybe 5 or 6. Wee little foamer years. But I didn't realize this at the time. I had no idea that she was narrow gauge.
At that age, you don't even think about narrow or standard gauge. You're just like, it's a train.
It's a steam choo-choo.
Big chew, it do the thing.
Yes.
Exactly. It make noise.
It'd make noise and go
Yeah.
boom. Wait, no, not boom. That's a bad idea.
I mean, hopefully not boom. But yeah. If anyone hasn't already been out there, I would assume most of you have. But for those that haven't, definitely go try and get a ride behind her. She is an absolutely adorable little Shay, and I love her.
Roaring Camp's got a fun operation.
They have delightful operations. I've only been there once. I need to go back someday, just because I want to see all their rolling stock again. It's just a nice place to be. But yeah, those are technically the tied for first 3 engines.
Nice. Meanwhile, in the chat here, we got a few more favorites. 4436 at Union Station in Ogden. And 2903 at the Illinois Railroad Museum. Granted, she looks kind of rough. I have not been to IRM. I have friends who volunteer at IRM. I'm going to be out near there in March, but I don't think they'll be open. I don't think they'll be able to sneak me in, which is a bit of a shame, but, you know, it is what it is. And then, yes, Union Station in Ogden has 223, which is a Rio Grande narrow gauge steam engine. And that one is not riddled in controversy, but it's a weird story of preservation. Let's put it like that. It's a weird story of preservation.
Which is actually hopefully getting cleared up soon.
Hopefully.
I know there was like an ownership thing that was announced recently where it was somebody, I forget if it was the city who deeded it to the museum or something to that effect, but I think the ownership of that locomotive has now been cleared up.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with it. It's a I've heard stories, and I'm not going to really comment because it's a he said, she said sort of thing.
Yeah.
But certainly an interesting story, and hopefully there's a good, happy ending for it as it goes. But yes, it does have a narrow gauge steam engine. And Key says, always been a fan of 765, especially when it runs in the Cuyahoga National Park. I have ridden the Cuyahoga Railroad. I've just not ridden it with steam. I think as like a kid, I went out there like when I was like 9 or 10. But I have like such little memory. Like I remember getting on a train out there and seeing pictures today. It's like, yeah, that was it. But I don't remember anything from the trip just because I was the wee baby Seamus, if you will, at the time. By the way, I'm back in the hole at East Whittier, still doing some switching and stuff. So if anyone's coming up here, I should be out of the way for the foreseeable future.
Right now, the only thing heading your way is the 4, and it needs to stop at Wilmot.
Excellent.
90 is currently resting because there's no choo-choo for 90. There's no train.
Okay. Let's see. Well, if you want to take over one of the other 2 passengers for a little bit, I'm sure we'll have some more cars for you sooner rather than later.
Yeah. I do know paperboard needs to be switched out at some point.
Yes. So maybe if you want to do that.
mean, I've never done it.
Ah, well then it's about time you learn, young Padawan.
Have fun with paperboard.
Yeah.
You'll learn so much, and fear so much.
All right, well, time to fire up the 50.
Yes. Just please do me a favor. Don't be a general and renable it the banana train.
No, I like 50 the way it is. 50
Good.
The way it is nice. The most I would do is like do M50 or something.
Yes, you damn broad top foamer.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of staying out of the favorite choo-choo conversation, because in a way, I have engines that appeal to me, but I don't have.
Excuse me, 2102. That was in my throat.
Okay, but who
O2
doesn't
is
like
O2 is
2102?
loud, and I like O2 because O2 is loud and spectacular, but it's not like even really a favorite. It's just a fun spectacle.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now the Redding 6, that's a different story.
Yeah. Freaking foamer.
But no, anyone who knows anything about me knows where my particular attachments lie.
Yes, you all love the Pioneer Tunnels #1 engine, or whatever it is.
God.
So, yeah. But I've been very fortunate to travel to a lot of heritage railroads at a young age, so...
Holy shit!
Damn. That's some money. Speaking of money, let's check it. Hey, we're down to 36,000 now. Having payouts of 420, blaze it, and 538 and other stuff. 601 at Silva. It's not bad. And we should have another decent payout coming here soon too. So we'll see what happens with that. Gotta love when I have a NASA boxcar on my train. Freaking NASA.
Makes you wonder what's in it.
Yes. Freaking NASA. You don't want to know what's in our cars. Just don't look at it. Pay no attention to the armed cars. But yeah. But yeah. So, Storm, where are you at? Are you still down at Dillsboro, or?
I'm leaving Dillsboro, yeah.
Excellent. Damn right you
Heading
are.
for Silva.
Oh, money! Yeah, the time bonuses definitely can add up.
Oh, yeah.
Love it. Look at all that money. Look at all that sweet, sweet money. Speaking of, let's pay down the debt. We're at 35,000.
Pay down the debt.
Yes.
Pay down the debt.
Man, Midland, you should be feeling the pressure now. It's getting real. Getting so real.
Yeah.
It's getting very real in our fake train game.
Yes, it's getting a little too real in our fake train game.
And Kitty, our favorite non-steam train is the SEPTA train set. Engineer saw my little brother in the front cab car being excited. Let him hang out with him in the journey. Oh, man, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
They don't do that anymore, that's for sure.
The push-pull train sets, yeah.
Yeah, I remember going to Disney as a kid, and that was when you could still ride in the front car of the monorail with the operator, and you had like the panoramic view as you would come into the stations at the Grand Imperial and the Contemporary, and that was always fun. There's a photo of me as a young child doing that. I understand why they don't do it. It's a security issue and other thing, but, you know, doesn't mean it wasn't fun. Okay, meanwhile, as I'm blowing through my switches here, let's go ahead and couple back up to these couple of cars. And how do I want to do this? Yeah, I'm just going to couple up to these couple that need to go to Whittier, and then the Ella car. And then we'll get the Bryson cars behind it, and I guess we'll start moving up. Yeah, KDR, you have a point. I feel like if you have an engineer who cares, they're just going to, you know, do some fun stuff. It's like anything. If people either show that they like really are interested and it doesn't impact anything, they might let you have access to stuff that normally people wouldn't, you know. play by the
Yeah.
rules. You have the fascination. You want to make a kid's day or a family's day. You can easily do that. So. Yeah.
If you make the kids' day, then you're absolutely going to make the entire family's
Yeah,
day.
you're basically like bringing Christmas like Santa to a family. It's like incredible.
Damn right. Make the kid happy for a few minutes, you know?
Yep, it's gonna make that whole day better.
Of course.
And Talia looks like same sort of thing. Yeah, subways, Toronto Transit showed how things work. Yeah, those memories will stay with you. It's a big part of the rail fanning and the whole rail community. If you can get the kids interested in it, especially at a young age, it's going to make a huge difference moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Huge difference.
That's why I want to get my own. I wouldn't say my own kids because I probably won't end up having any, but any.
Yeah, and don't steal
Next
kids, Storm. That's a bad thing.
Yeah, don't do that.
Wow. Okay. Fuck you.
I'm
But
just
any-
saying.
Go to hell.
Generally not recommended in legal
Okay, well-
proceedings.
For legal reasons, yes. Anyway, I definitely plan on getting any like next gen family, like any nieces or nephews, anything or anyone along that line. Definitely planning on getting them into trains.
Nice. And welcome Chris F. Railfanning at the Bowie Mark Station. Cool.
Ooh. Rail fanning from.
Railfanning
He's
from.
live, joining us live from the Bowie Mark.
Holy hell!
Oh God.
So.
Yeah, there's definitely some memories that kind of stick with you. I remember the WKNS one time. The WKS is never like a highly trafficked railroad, and this time when I was there, we're talking very early, like early to mid 2000s. So when I say my grandpa, myself, and my grandma were like 3 of the 5 people there, and everyone else was, I guess it's all volunteer, but technically, I guess for this case, staff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was practically nobody there, and my grandpa and I got coach tickets, and my grandma was just kind of there hanging out, and we got talking with the conductor, and the conductor went to the engineer, and the engineer was like, "Hey, get up here," and we got a cab ride in a little 45-tonner.
There you go.
On the WKNS with a pretty much empty train behind us because I think the 2 people who were there, the 2 other people who were there, rode an earlier train and left. It's just those little memories, like being allowed up in the cab of 425 before they started doing the whole stair stuff on their trains at the RNN.
Mm-hmm.
That just sort of thing. It just kind of makes your day.
Exactly, yeah. It's fun stuff. It's good stuff.
Number 2, be aware 50 is holding at Dillsboro to not be in your way.
And I also took care of number 4. Number 4 is on the move yet again.
Yay.
And I'm currently taking care of, got the sawmill switched out. Now we're going to head up to Whittier proper, get those taken care of here. And hopefully that'll also have the sawmill at Whittier actually producing again. Yeah, because it's currently at 100% capacity.
It's just at 100% everything.
Yes, give me all 100%, so I make money. Yes. Here's another question for the chat here. What is your favorite train video game that you've played? I'm assuming most people, if they're watching this, have either played like Railroad Tycoon or MSTS or Railworks or obviously Railroader, Railroads Online. Just curious, because I know I've kind of talked about, but I've yet to do, and I realize I'm kind of hypocritical for it. I do want to do a single-player campaign playthrough of Railroad Tycoon 2, which is one of my favorites. And another buddy of mine and I play Railroad Corporation every once in a while, because it's a pretty chill game. Good economy simulator, all that sort of stuff. But let me know what your favorite train game is. I'm just curious. And yes, Ticket to Ride does also count if you are a board game player like I am. So.
Hey, nice. Gotta appreciate the board game enthusiasts.
Yes.
I need to play that game again.
Yeah. First call, Derail Valley. I gotta
That's a good
say,
one.
I've not really gotten into Derail Valley. I know it's a great game. I know the modding community is fantastic for it, and I know that overall it's a great game. I just, for whatever stinking reason, have not been able to get into it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I bought it. I had high hopes. I know that other people like Heist and a number of others play it and they have a great time with it. I just can't for the life of me get into it.
I had a similar problem. Like, while the overhauled update was still out, I fucking loved the game to death. But ever since the simulator update, like, for context, what I absolutely enjoyed doing to death was I had a Shay mod that I would run all the goddamn time up and down like the southwestern portion of the map on like the logging branch.
Mm-hmm.
I ran that so friggin' often. That's actually where I broke the speed limit in the Shay.
Nice.
Like, I would do at least 3 runs a day. Because, like, it's a Shay. It's gonna be there, and I love Shays. But ever since they reworked the Steam mechanics, and I tried to run the 060,
Mm-hmm.
I just can't get back into the game. Maybe it's just because I'm bad at running, like, actual Steam engines. But yeah, I just can't run it. I lost interest.
Yeah, I tried getting into Derail Valley, but it's not been my thing, unfortunately. I'm not saying it's a horrible game. It's a great game.
It's a great game. I acknowledge that.
Fantastic.
I'm just sad that I have not really been able to get into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's one of those things like you acknowledge it's good, but it's not for you.
Oh yeah.
Damn it! I'd made a mistake. Go ahead and charge the back up.
You have made a mistake. Mistakes have been made.
I mean, for me, okay, I have played a lot of very, very different games that have trains in them, ranging from like Trains 2006 to Railroader to Derail Valley, even Railroad Tycoon 3, all the way to friggin' Tiny Rails, if anyone even knows what that game is.
I've heard of that game. Why do I know that game?
It's an adorable little game. But personally, I wouldn't call it like a proper train game, but one that definitely has them in it that I really, really enjoyed and wish I had the motivation to play again. Final Station. That game is a work of art, in my opinion.
That one I haven't heard of.
Final Station is absolutely worth playing. If you don't know anything about it, go into it blind. It is absolutely worth the blind playthrough. And I won't say much because, yeah. Any other answers?
Let's see what the chat's saying, because I know they've been popping in. Railroad Tycoon and mostly Trains with a Z. That's another game. I never had Trains with a Z. So, I have never been a part of that community. I was always like MSTS and like the modding community of building routes and especially the Colorado narrow gauge ones. Like, was it Don, who made like the Colorado and Southern, the entire like narrow gauge system in that game? Good lord, and all sorts of stuff. It was great. Let's see, Railroad Tycoon 2. Yep, great game. Derail Valley, Railroad Tycoon, Derail Valley, Dovetails games are Yeah, they've become a bit of a money grab, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That said, I do like playing the Colorado and Southern Clear Creek branch on that. Maybe I'll do that someday too, because that's always fun. Sim Rail, which is simulating the route in Portland, is multiplayer, and players can operate trains or various dispatch posts. I'll have to check that out. I wasn't aware of that one. So, yeah. No, but definitely a lot of love for looks like Railroad Tycoon, which obviously great game. Love Railroad Tycoon.
Now here's the important detail. 2 or 3?
2 for me. 3, like the only route I really played was the what's it called? The one that Heist did with Wings and Strings a few weeks back. The Central Pacific route.
I think I know the one you're talking about.
Shoot, yeah, I know the one. Yeah, I remember this. I don't remember what it's called, but I remember this.
I didn't play a whole lot of either. Well, I mean, I never played 2. Haven't played much of 3. Mostly because I don't have friends to play that game with, and I'm also bad at actually managing
I just can't
things.
get 3 to work anymore.
Yeah,
Also that.
Getting 3 to work nowadays, it seems a lot trickier than it used to be. And I don't know that that's necessarily 3's fault. I think it's more the modern OS's fault.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What we should get is like a remaster of Railroad Tycoon 3, like with modern graphics designed
That would
for
be great.
today's operating
be
systems. Still plays like the original game because I know, God forbid, somebody's gonna try and cram unnecessary.
Well, I feel like
into it.
Railroad Corporation is like a spiritual successor to Railroad Tycoon 3. Feel free to debate me on that, but
It kind of is. I can see that.
meanwhile, up at Whittier, the green train has arrived.
I actually have a question for both Chad and you, Angry.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. What are some railroads, and we kind of touched on this a little bit in the discussion of favorite railroads, but what are some railroads that you haven't gotten to ride yet that you would like to ride?
I'm going to answer that indirectly. I really want to go back and ride the White Pass in Yukon again, but I want to do their steam trip as opposed to their normal diesel stuff, and also try to ride all the way to Carcross. But otherwise, let me see. Sorry, I'm also making sure that this train is unloaded before I just full send it to Ella.
Full send.
But hold on, let me jump over here. Oh, trains I have not been to yet. I haven't done a lot in the Midwest, so I'm hoping one day I could do more of that. I kind of want to ride the Trans-Siberian Railroad just for the sake of saying I rode it. The Alaska Railroad, and I've done a cross-country trip from Sacramento east to DC, but I would love to do either a north-south from like Chicago to New Orleans, or do Chicago along the like Southern Pacific or ATSF, like the Southwest Chief.
Okay.
I'm trying to think what else. I still have yet to do the Cripple Creek and Victor Narrow Gauge, so that would be fun. But generally, any place that has Steam, I want to go check out at some point, just as a kind of a rule of thumb. So that's my story.
Rule of thumb to have.
Yeah, sticking to it.
Yeah, might as well go see them while they're still around, you know?
Exactly. Hit 34,000. And recommendation for DOS Boss for Railroad Tycoon 3. Might have to check that out. Let's see.
DOS Boss.
DOS Box.
Oh.
Oh, that's right, Bannon. You had the hail incident at Cripple Creek, so at least I got something for to look forward to.
The hail incident. I like how that's just been given the name Hail Incident.
Yes. So I see number 50. Oh, is number 2 getting cold? Oh, it's getting turned around. Okay.
Yeah. God, this fucking massive Pacific doesn't want to fit on the turntable.
Yeah, I kind of wish they would make the turntable just a little bit bigger, but...
God damn it!
Well, the thing of it is, if the hitboxes were tied to the wheels and not the couplers, the turntable would be fine.
Oh, thank God it wants to spin this time.
Like,
you
that's the main
spin
thing.
me right round, baby, right now.
It's one of those things where if they made the hitboxes of the engines tied to the wheels and not the couplers, the turntable would be fine. There would be no issues.
I just wonder if that would then make coupling and stuff trickier.
Yeah, you would have to somehow like do an exclusion of the hitbox just for like the turntable somehow.
I mean, this is probably going to be a very crude solution, but I mean, I'm no game developer. Personally, what I would have done, just throw 2 hitboxes on there. One for
Well,
coupling.
technically there are, because the wheels still run along the track, I would think.
Well, I'm saying like one for coupling and another one specifically for the turntable.
Ah, I got you.
So that way, when you go to spin the engines, you only have to worry about like, do the wheels fit? They do. All right, spin it around. And then the coupling hitbox for basically everything else.
That's fair.
Crude solution? Yes. Would it work? Maybe.
Oh, that was way too hard on the brakes. Alright, back this puppy up. By the way, 734 is about to head west towards Ella.
Okay. Have fun.
Yes.
Bye, have a great time.
Alright, recharge the air. And it's all that I have for the bridge tight? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I've got a few cars that are spread out. Okay, cool.
Chris F. Railfan wants to try and get to Cass in the Reading and Northern, it seems.
Both good trains.
Good trains. Good choo-choos. Have you rid the RNN, Angry?
I have not.
Midland over there, eyes are glowing. It's like
no!
An opportunity.
I mean, Midland is always plotting.
That's
Oh,
the
God.
dangerous part.
What, the fact that he's always plotting, or the fact that Midland is here? I think
Midland
a
is always
resounding
plotting, and
silence
that's
is
the
a
first
yes.
port of, you know.
Yeah. Midland is always plotting, then you just get Mr. Krabs. Oh no.
Yes. Alrighty. Got a yellow signal because I got a frickin' train in front of me at Ella. Did it ever pay out? It did. All $45 of it. Fantastic.
Wait, there's...
Slow day at Ella, I guess.
Oh, that's 90 and Dillsboro Yard.
Yeah.
I was wondering, wait, isn't 50 supposed to be in silver? What's it do? Oh, that's 90.
Yes.
Actually, now that I think about it, I actually haven't seen the deck up close.
You might say it's a nice deck.
It's Strasbourg 90.
That is a very nice deck.
Yes.
Anyway, back to running. What the fuck is wrong with my camera?
Many things.
Back to running people.
Yes. Well, I will also say we're about halfway through the stream time for the day, so I have to make my usual plug. Thank you to everyone who's watching here on the Sunday afternoon. Appreciate you tuning in. If you like what you're watching here, please consider subscribing if you haven't already, and give that our video a quick like. We're trying some stuff to see if more people can, see what's going on here for the chaos and confusion and the fun that we have here on the Suffering Southern, and
occasionally the delay.
And occasionally the delay. We don't talk about that, but thank you for all of you who are tuning in. It's very fun to hang out and play this game and talk with people and connect with other rail fans and gamers and just more people around the world. So thank you for that. Meanwhile, once I get to Ella, I may quickly get a quick bite to eat, so I may step away for a moment or two, which means that Midland will have to entertain
the people.
Yes. Just don't tell the many embarrassing stories about me.
I don't have any.
That's good. Keep it that way.
Other than the bucket.
Oh, spaghetti?
Yes, that bucket.
See, I don't have any embarrassing stories of you that I would willingly tell.
Good. Again, keep that way. Oh, I'm going way too fast around this curve. Oh, we screeching. But we're still on the rails, so
Are you going around at the speed of sound?
Something like that.
So also, I'm currently switching out the taperboard, and I have a CB&Q hopper, a Durgwa hopper, an SD&S hopper, and a C&T hopper.
Yes. Yes, you do. Yes, all of the hoppers.
Yes.
Okay.
Mucho haporo, which is probably not how you say that at all.
I guarantee you just butchered that.
Which one is this? Farm supply.
Guaranteed.
Okay.
And
Oh, I'm coming in hot.
hot chocolate?
No.
We got it?
No, we never got it. Never have, never will. Okay. Well, let's quickly flying switch this son of a bitch. Because I don't feel like switching out that car. That'll be a future problem.
Future angry problems?
Yes. Question from Chris F. Railfan. Do we remember Tasmania? Yes, I watched Tasmania as a kid. Although I was more of a Animaniacs, Tiny Toon Adventures, Pinky and the Brain. And more recently I've gotten into Freakazoid. But I do remember Tasmania being on, for those who remember Tasmania. But
Tasmania.
yeah, what are some of you people's favorite kid shows? Well, I guess not kid shows, but like animated cartoons.
And as you're thinking about that, Midland's going to step away for about 2 minutes.
Nope, he can't do that. He can't do that. He has no power to do that.
I have all the power.
Oh God, here we go.
Well, since he's stepping away, I might as well provide my own answer.
Please.
When it comes to animated cartoons, I'd probably have to say Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Oh, excellent show. Excellent show.
Absolutely.
Anyone else? SWAT Cats. Now that's a show that I have not heard of in a long time.
I haven't heard of SWAT Cats either. Never saw it, but I did hear it. Was it any good?
I don't remember. I remember seeing ads for it, but I never think I saw it. Also, I damaged that car. How bad is it? 98. I'm not worried about that.
It only charged you $1.
Yeah. $1 due. Speaking of, what's the money? $267. But only $34,000 in debt, so the debt payoff does continue. By the way, since he's gone, I can talk about this. I'm so going to beat Midland. I'm so going to beat Midland. He won't know what's coming for him. But yes, we are going to beat Midland. All right, 734 is now heading west out of Ella towards Bryson.
Roger that. Number 2 is entering Barker's.
Ooh, Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Also a good call there.
Ooh, very nice.
Old school Looney Tunes. A lot of good cartoons being mentioned.
How old school Looney Tunes are we talking about?
I don't remember. I definitely like the stuff from the 30s to the 60s, so.
50s Looney Tunes were pretty good in my opinion.
Yep. Phineas and Ferb. Yes.
That's a good one.
With Doofenshmirtz.
A platypus?
Patty the Platypus! Oh, Patty the Platypus! Isn't it great that you finally arrived at my secret show? A show of your doom! You know, whatever.
Somehow every bit with Doofenshmirtz went... It was a fucking template, and somehow...
It worked every time.
Different every time, yeah.
Every stinking time.
Yep, but it was always funny.
Alrighty.
Midland's back.
Oh, we can't talk about him anymore. Hello!
Fraggle Rock. Oh my god. Talia, you just brought up fucking nostalgia for me. I haven't seen Fraggle Rock since I was like 4. Oh my god.
Fraggle Rock is a good show.
Yes. I used to watch that religiously when I was a really small child.
Alrighty. Well, let's keep on rolling this damn train. Let's speed up, shall we? Gargoyles. I didn't watch Gargoyles as much. I remember catching a few episodes, but for whatever reason, I didn't watch a lot of Disney Channel growing up. I was mainly Cartoon Network and then Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm just casually going 40 miles an hour with the freight train.
Meanwhile, probably just got a great screenshot for you to use as a thumbnail for something in the future if you want.
Oh.
Yeah. Look, if I see a good opportunity to take screenshots of trains doing the thing in a video game, I'm gonna do it. It's like, I can't afford to go take pictures of the real things, may as well do it for the digital ones.
Absolutely. Alrighty. Going through Governor's Island.
You know, I got something for those here and chat. Since you mentioned favorite animated cartoons, favorite show that's not animated? It could be like game shows or literally anything. The only rule is that it can't be animated. Giving you a lot to work with there, to be fair.
Trying to think. Trying to think. I mean, I'm not going to say something that like the internet wants to hear, like Firefly or something else like that. But
No, like, give me an honest answer. I want to know these things.
Favorite non-animated TV show?
Yep.
is mayonnaise an no?
Is mayonnaise an animated TV show? God, that was stupid.
Patrick.
Nice.
Well, sure chat's got a few good answers by now.
Yeah, I watch so little actual TV. Like, to say I have a favorite would be... I have shows I like, but
Yeah.
not necessarily a favorite.
I probably ran a
I watched-
red, but you know.
I
Oh,
didn't
you're
watch all that many myself either. But I still had a few that I liked.
Also, Angry, you ran a red. You're the president of the railroad. I don't think the rules apply to you.
Yes,
Probably
I do what I
not.
want.
What you really, really want.
Yes.
So tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
Oh wow,
No.
that was a short stop.
Nah.
Anywho, for my own answer to my own question, Wipeout.
That was a fun show.
It was
Wipeout
always
is a
funny.
guilty pleasure show, I feel.
The Gordon Ramsay cooking show is also a guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
Now, do you prefer wholesome Gordon Ramsay, or do you prefer when he's cursing people out?
A little bit of both sometimes.
50-50, gotta have that even balance.
Gotta have that balanced diet.
Gotta have that balanced diet, you fucking chode. I can't do a Gordon Ramsay impression. I'm sorry, that was horrible.
Where's the lamb sauce?
Where's the crank pin lubricant?
God. Pretty
Okay,
much.
Stop.
Drake, why is the crank pin going, Drake?
Oh god, I forgot about Drake and Josh. I'm so mad at myself. That's another guilty pleasure.
It has been a long time since I last saw that show.
Yeah.
It was a fun show.
Let's see. What are the answers in chat?
All right.
Stargate.
I have arrived in Bryson.
You have arrived in
Yes.
Bryson. It was Bryson
Arrived in
prepared for
Bryson?
your arrival?
It is now.
Oh.
They weren't, but now they are.
Oh
Yes.
God. This
By the
poor
way, where's
SW.
number 5, out of curiosity?
5 should be by the coaling.
Right where I need to go. No, it's okay.
5 should be underneath the coal dock. Because at the moment it was put there, it was the most out of the way spot.
Loser's sandwich. The fuck? Never heard of that one.
Oh yeah. No, well, not loser sandwich. It's usually referred to as idiot sandwich.
Oh. Still on the Gordon Ramsay bit.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, I feel bad for 50 at the moment.
Why?
Just to get this train moving, I had to go straight to 8. Pulpwood's heavy, apparently.
Yes, yes it is.
You know what our dear friend Antimatter would say. The silence. It speaks volumes.
My silence should not be mistaken for anything else other than sheer and unbridled concentration.
Well, how do we know that?
Well,
Mm.
now
You
do.
don't! And that's the joke! No. Yes.
Yes.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get number 5 coupled up here. And while number 5 is coupled up, we're loading the green train. But I also need to get some more water for this engine. So let's quickly, by being lazy.
Lazy.
I was lazy
On the
once.
railroad?
They put me in a room. No.
Okay, can I just
No.
say that dear whoever runs the Strasbourg description pages for their classes of service, if you have a menu listed, please link the goddamn menu.
You'll find out when you get there. Okay, let's get number 4 watered up here. Okay, well,
Nobody's
that's
in
getting
East Whittier,
water.
right?
Not currently.
Cool.
Okay, so we're gonna keep shoving back. Okay. Trying to think of the best way to do this here. Because we have all the Bryson Bridge stuff. We'll worry about the silver interchange cars later.
Later, he says.
Yes. Later, I do indeed say. Okay, we get a couple of Appalachian hardwoods.
I just had a cursed thought, and I don't know if it exists already, but I'm going to pin all of you with it.
Oh god.
Standard gauge steam locomotive, but it's outside frame.
Ugh.
Ugh. Why would you do such a thing?
I don't know. Because it would be funny.
Wait. Hold on. What the fuck? Oh god. Okay. These cars are all mixed up. Thank you, whoever switched these cars together.
You're welcome.
I thought I was about to have an easy switching job, but no.
Yeah, damn right you won't. Welcome to East Silva, fool.
Like, I was wondering why, like, some of these cars weren't saying they were spotted, and it's just like, oh, these are for Silva Paperboard, not Parsons Tannery. And they're in the middle of the consist.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and get this train pulled around. We'll put it on this end so all the bridge site stuff's together, and then we'll go ahead and shove it down to the bridge site here.
Oh, you got the Fontana Bridge site going?
The last set of cars, baby!
Oh, gee.
Nice.
So you're going to be going up the hill soon.
Yes, I am.
Wait, does that mean we're going to have coal trains now?
Yes.
Yes.
Nice. Dibs on the first one.
We'll see there, Storm. We'll see.
Okay. Dibs for the first one that's on stream.
So he wants the clout.
No. I just want people to see me fail to run that part of the line that I have never been on.
I will say, if you're doing a tier 2 contract with the coal mine, a P18 can barely handle it. It depends.
That's why we have big trains on this one.
But if you're doing anything above that, get at least a mic. At bare minimum.
Okay. Where did that couple? There it is. Okay, we gotta shove these cars so I can run around to the other end here.
Fuck the cloud. Like, I just want people to laugh at me failing.
It's okay, we laugh at you anyways.
Well, I know you people do.
Heh.
Fucking assholes.
Punishment due to a hand car with a knuckle coupler on it. Oh god.
Oh, that would suck. Well, it would be oddly useful and a probably very fringe.
I mean,
scenario.
technically in this game, punishment is shift, walking towards a car, and hitting R repeatedly.
Alright, be advised, number 4 is gonna reverse its ass out to Governor's Island.
Have fun.
Actually, it's gonna take the siding at Ella.
Oh.
Because it knows the bigger passenger train is on the way.
Mm-hmm. There it goes, off into the sunset. Goodbye, Moneymaker. I mean train. I mean
Moneymaker.
Moneymaker. Yep. Alright, we'll go ahead and reverse our ass out here. Okay.
Alright. All the pulpwood is now in its rightful place.
Excellent. Okay, let's see. So we need to go to Appalachian Hardwood first. So the switches should more or less be lined down to here. Yes. Yes, we're lined. Perfect, and it's clear over there. Which will make switching it very easy.
Easy switching is good.
Yes, unlike what Midland had.
What I had.
Yes.
Oh god.
Okay. Coming back to my train. Yes. Full send.
What was that? What was that?
Throttle on the ceiling?
Yes.
But not the bar in the corner.
Maybe.
Depends.
Yes.
So, silly question. What do you want 50 to do now?
Let's see. That's a good question. I would say if the switching is done, maybe run it back over to
Dillsboro.
Dillsboro, and maybe get it refueled.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, let's keep reversing through this yard here. We'll keep on a trucking and rolling and a rocking and a reeling Barbara Ann. Bop, 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 Barbara Ann. Okay. So we'll keep dropping off these cars. Thankfully, almost the entire railroad switched out at this point, which is a good small thing that happened. And we got it done by in-game noon, which is actually not too bad, all things considered.
It's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Alright, 50's rocketing back towards Dillsboro.
Excellent.
Just waiting for one last check here. There's not any cars hiding anywhere for places.
Not that I'm aware of.
Forest operator, be advised. Number 2 is proceeding to the next switch. Halting at the signal.
Okay. Well, number 4 is AI'd, so
Well, you're still kind of operating it.
maybe I am, maybe I'm not. You don't know. Alrighty. We'll get this train around the corner here into the Silver Hardwoods. No. Where the Appalachian Hardwoods? Dear God, I'm tired. I can't even speak straight.
You got your locations composed.
Yes, I did. And all I want is a cheeseburger, and I don't have a cheeseburger. And that makes me
You should
sad.
go get a cheeseburger.
I might go get a cheeseburger soon. Who knows? God. Bless America. Okay. Probably should slow down a bit now I'm entering the hardwoods.
Just kick the cars, it's fine.
Okay.
Hey, money.
Money!
Hey, Angry.
Hop! Money.
33,000.
The money is going down.
The money is going down.
You know what we need to do is we both need to get within 10,000 and then have a day where we both stream our own saves at the same time.
Oh,
And
God.
literally just have a race.
Who can pay down the debt?
Yeah,
Yes.
and maybe each of us have one person, so it's me in general versus you and Dark or something.
God. Pay down the debt.
Pretty much.
But I think at that point we would have to have a house rule of you can't sell a locomotive because that would just cause you
Correct.
to win instantly.
Has to be normal freight deliveries or passenger runs. No selling of equipment.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get these couple of cars back.
Actually, if you want to make things more interesting, how much do we usually pay down in debt, per stream? It's
5 to 10,000, depending on how crazy we are.
Yeah.
Alright, then yeah, I'd say 10,000 sounds like a reasonable number. I was gonna say, it feels like we usually pay down more. I'd say closer to 15k.
I mean, this stream alone we've done 6K so far.
Might be 7 soon.
It might be 7 soon. In fact, it might be 7 right now.
And it might be
Yes.
8 by the time I get to Bryson.
Alright, that's all there. That's all for there. That's
Hmm.
all for there. Yeah, the eastern end of the railroad's kind of dead at the moment.
It's okay. It's gonna get busier.
Oh God.
By the way, did I put down fusees at Whittier? Everything's so topsy-turvy. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Okay. That's there. I have lost my mind. I have lost my mind. There is a fusee down. I have lost my mind.
There should be a fusee down, but
Your mom's a fusee down. Ooh!
it's official. Angry has lost his mind.
Yeah. By the way, Storm, could you do me a favor?
Yo,
When you come into Bryson, can you come in on track 2, please?
copy that. Why, you got a big train coming in through that needs to be on track 1?
No, I've got one single car that needs to go in the house track at Bryson, which is right next to the passenger train depot.
So basically, he's saying he'll be in the way.
Works for me. Preemptively, what I'm gonna do for myself.
Alrighty.
All right. So I'm going to need to drop this boxcar. Get those over there.
Oh. You have to get super precise with this. Okay.
I'll show you something super precise.
Dear Adam, quality of life feature, please. Require less precision on the diesel fueling stand, please. Thank you.
Oh, I'm doing almost 40. That's bad.
Could be.
Look, I know thanks to a certain somebody that we're aware that this part of the line's cleared for 65, but
Jesus
you know, I'd
Christ.
rather not be doing that.
You can't drive 55.
All right, shoving the Bryson Bridge cars up to their track.
Bryson Bridge, is that like London Bridge except Bryson?
It's not falling down, I swear to God.
More like
Well, no, it
Bryson
already
Bridge is-
fell down. You're rebuilding it.
Yes.
Bryson Bridge is being rebuilt. Ah, fuck, that was a crossing. Yeah, whatever. Not like anybody's gonna be alive anymore to complain about it.
That just sounds dark.
It's
I mean,
in my
given-
name, you dense motherfucker.
I mean, given the fact that there's only one vehicle in this town, I feel like in this area, I feel like this area has other problems than us blowing for crossings.
How do we know?
It's probably the bad water.
Probably.
Maybe. That would explain our rather egregious water consumption. I think.
It's the thin water. It boils quicker.
Hey, can you tell the shop guys that I'd like my locomotive's water extra thin?
Sorry, they only go for extra thick water. It's more of a
Damn.
slurry.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Alrighty. 50 is parked in the roundhouse.
Perfect.
Do you want 90 parked in the roundhouse? Or
Yeah,
is
go
90
ahead,
fine
park
with
90
you?
in the roundhouse.
Okay.
And then I'm going to make my final delivery.
It's the final countdown.
No.
Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do.
You think somebody could play Final Countdown on a steam whistle?
It would
Maybe.
be. It would take a lot of talent, but probably. I would imagine it would be vaguely, at least vaguely possible.
Just get 30 different whistles lined up and have someone try and play
That
it.
just sounds like a terrible time.
I don't know. I mean, I'd pay to see that.
Fusee in the gauge.
Well, you were wondering if there was a fusee. There it is.
So little chews coming into the yard, big chews coming into the yard.
Yes.
Did your milkshake bring all the boys to the yard?
No, my milkshakes failed miserably, actually.
Oh.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, I spawned in the middle of a car.
Your player model has been drug around multiple places.
There's Wilmot. And Wilmot has a fusee down. Fantastic. Meanwhile, at Bryson.
Meanwhile, at Bryson.
I see you just charging into the fucking yard.
How many people you got? Yeah, it's a number.
Let's find out.
It's a number. Okay. Both 90 and 50 have been put away in the roundhouse.
Excellent. Do they have any damage that needs to be fixed up at the cruise there?
No, actually.
Fantastic. That's what I like to hear.
All they need is a spit shank.
Oh, we'll spit on them.
Whoa.
Da 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 da.
Dee-da-dee-dee-da-dee-dee-da.
And money. Now?
There you
Yay,
go.
money! And with that, our final end up total. We are $32,000 in debt, $681 currently in the bank account. So we are well on our way to getting the debt all down. But I think with that, we're going to call this stream. So Thank you to all of you who tuned in and checked out what we're up to. Really appreciate it. If you like what you saw, please consider giving this video a like, subscribing if you're new to the channel. We try to stream a couple of times a week. Some videos coming up soon for y'all, but thank you so much. And, we'll see. So, thanks, everyone. Thank you, Midland. Thank you, Dark. We'll see y'all next time.
Yeah.